Hey there guys, Skippy is back again with a community Q&A. I'm really liking this. Is becoming more popular every week. I'm telling you right now, it used to be the least viewed video on my channel, and now honestly tons of people are digging it. So I think what we'll do is go right in. If you're not aware, basically you can join my community on PSN right here, Skippy6 Gaming. It is open to anybody to join, and if you're on PSN, it's as easy as searching it and joining it. In addition, if you are not on PSN, you can get the Android or iOS app, and it will allow you to join the community as well. In this community, we have people sharing pictures of things they do, builds they make, servers they have, and things like that, and we generally get into some sort of semi-heated redstone conversation before the rest of the video. So I think for this one here, guys, let's just go for 200 likes. Nice and simple, nice and plain. It's my only video today because I have my plate super full right now. I have literally put a video up every single day of the year, for the most part too, but there are days where I only put out one, like today. But I have a ton of stuff going on. If you are one of the first 200 people to like this video, let me know in the comments below, and you can get a shout out like Lorenzo. Lorenzo was second. I think Lorenzo probably got second because he's most likely part of the notification squad. If you want to join and be notified of every video, just hit that bell next to the subscribe button right under the video, and then yeah, you'll get the notification. I'm pretty sure the first 100 people are probably notification squad because they all pretty much say first at the same time. But yeah, so yeah, let's go down here. I haven't even looked in the community. I do have a lot of stuff going on. I am right now working with my partner on a faction server, so this should be live next weekend. Again, I will remain on console for the usual videos, tutorials, but we will be adding a complete factions gameplay into the mix, catching hackers, factions, raids, stuff like that. And yeah, it should be complete by next Saturday. I'm not going to give any locations or addresses yet because we want to make sure that everything's hunky-dory for the moment. So let's keep going down and let's check it out. So iron mass storage. So let's check out Robbie Radio. I think we're going to have a pretty cool episode today. So yeah, very big. I gotta say, I don't know, man, I hate to comment, but I think there might be a more efficient way to do this that would cause so much lag. And you know what, if you don't have too much lag in your world, that's actually not that big of a deal, so you should be okay. But I think there's a more effective way with just the chests all next to each other, and yeah, I don't know, don't quote me on that. Let's get out of there. I hate looking at complicated storage like that first thing in the morning. Entrance, yeah, you have like a lot of hoppers in your world, but I mean, who am I to talk? I have worlds with thousands of hoppers, so it looks pretty efficient. So poppy storage, man, when you need a silo like that for your poppies, you know, there's a challenge. I would actually, honestly, I would destroy the poppies. I would have a sorter separate them and then just throw them into an automatic garbage can. Once you have a couple stacks of poppies sitting around, you don't really need any more. Let's see. What is this, Ange? Let's check it out. Okay dokie. Yeah, is that a nether map? Did you make that in the nether? That looks like kind of a nether. I don't know, man. Super wonky. Not sure exactly what that is. Let's keep going. Killing chamber for 8 golem farms. So where's this picture? That's why he has all the poppy sorting going on. He has 8 iron golem farms. Holy cow, let's check what this says. We're looking for some insight. Don't know what the heck that is at all. That's a, yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of screenshots of wonky glitches in Tumble. Bored of making music? Well, no more. You can get Music Maker 9000 at stores near you. What is this? Let's check it out. Music Maker 9000. Come on, Ange. Let's see what it is. Okay. It's a music maker for sure. I don't know. I think if you want to leave in the comments exactly what it does, that would be cool. What is going on? What is this? Weird hacker. There's no hacker in console edition. I don't think there's even such thing as a hacker in console edition. Let's check it out. I'm pretty sure that's just a skin that you could get. I think it's one of the new skins that just came in one of the last updates. When will we get shulker boxes? Yeah, honestly guys, I think we're at that moment. I'm gonna do a few videos coming up about some of the things we don't have, like exploration maps, and you know, a few videos that I thought we were gonna get at Christmas that we never got. But I think we're gonna have to wait a bit, man. I think your best bet is waiting is June. I'm almost certain. Usually we get our content updates June and December, but you know, maybe earlier. Gary Banner, I don't think they have. Oh yeah, that's a joke from one of the updates, TU46 or whatever one is in December. I think there was a glitch that Gray Banner was Gary Banner, so I think that's what they're joking about there. Yeah. Charge creeper farms seem popular right now. They are kind of a cool thing. I think what we will do is, actually, I'm not going to do it just yet, but I'm going to show something that Will Kreplin showed me in my tutorial world, and maybe we'll give you guys a little bit more kind of excitement, because for me, guys, I think, man, the charge creeper farm is really complicated. It's really hard, and it doesn't provide, like, you know, exciting results, and it's actually super complicated. Sometime this episode I'm gonna go show, because he came in my world and he showed me a tactic to basically separate creepers and skeletons very easily. In the olden days, we used to have to, man, get a cat, tame a cat, put it on a lead, bring it up to the mob grinder, like all this stuff. And now it's a lot easier. Something that happened broke a few different mob grinders in the process, and when he was showing me how to fix it, he kind of explained that little thing. So we'll go over that before I leave. I like the pumpkin. Pretty good. Let's go in here, dude. This one here, man, this is so... on a 3-minute video. It is so tiny and fits right in your base. Like, I gotta say, man, I think that's one of the coolest little things. You can make one of them in like 1 minute. You need some iron. If you go down, you mine some iron, you're gonna be ready to party. So let's go. Yep, bigger furnace. What? Let's check with this. And is always coming with the hacker picks. Yeah, I think maybe it's just not loaded. That's just the unloaded chunk. Yeah, you got a few unloaded chunks there. So here's Will Kreplin. There you go. JM, it's this build. So this is his. It's this one here. Okay, so he says, though it's one of those hard to credit things. So, and I agree with that 100%, because I think I've talked about creeper farms. So ultimately, when you're looking at this farm, guys, basically, a creeper will get charged if lightning strikes within a 3-block square. So you see those, and again, don't quote me on exact specifics on this farm, because I haven't actually been there, but I've seen it before. I've seen the images before. So basically, those green squares on top, assuming there's a creeper in the middle of each of those, what happens is a lightning strike in any of those green blocks is going to turn that creeper into a charged creeper. However, basically, once the creeper's charged, there's like a lever or something. Again, there could be an automation to it, but most likely there's a lever, and then it goes into a water system and flows. So I think I've specifically talked about this one with Wilcrap, because there's not very many charged creeper farms on YouTube. There is only a couple, all by PC Minecrafters pretty much. And ultimately, putting a creeper in a 3x3 square and it getting hit by lightning, I don't really think you can really give someone invented that. No, I don't know. It's just a game mechanic. But the only one that's really prominent on YouTube is Cub Fans, because basically all you got to do is put a bunch of straight lines of water underneath each one of those, right? So now, is that really like a thing? You know, I think the redstone behind what he has before and after it. So because it's not as easy as this, right? Basically, you can only have a certain amount of creepers in an area. That said, you need to bring your creepers to here. So this is a perfect time, actually. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go show you some of the stuff that Will Kreplin showed me, assuming that there's not a big picture that has to do with it right here somewhere. Okay, there isn't. So let's go to my world here. I have it open. So what we talked about, so basically the problem that I had for him, basically I was having two challenges when I invited him over, was basically over here with the villagers. As you can see, I killed them, but they were messed up and throwing the stuff the wrong way. So I had this kind of set out already, and I was like, you know, I was kind of confused why the villager is throwing backwards. The villager would literally stand here, go to throw stuff at this guy, and the potatoes would like land over there. And I was like, it's kind of wonky. As well as this armor station, basically. And you'll remember I did this vid very recently, where you just hit the thing and then and you see what comes out. The armor comes out, but the problem was before the update. This is one of the videos I couldn't do, because before the update, what would happen is when you hit this guy here, it won't do it now, right? Because it's fixed. But before, it wouldn't take the armor stand. The armor stand would stay there on this thing right there, which was messed up. So when I brought him in, he was like, okay, well, that's a glitch and that's a glitch. So I was like, okay, cool, good to know. And then we started talking about something else, because in my latest mob grinder, the deluxe mob grinder, any mob grinder, guys, that uses the old-fashioned water elevators, basically the old-fashioned one was like this, but just water sign, water sign, water sign, right? And it's used on tons of different mob farms. But if you're using it on a basic mob farm, just one that creates, you know, several types of mobs, what happens is the creepers no longer go up. Basically, I'm gonna grab some eggs here so you guys can see, but basically creepers will no longer go up a water elevator like this, right? So this is lava just to kill off the skellies, but at the end of the day, creepers won't go up the normal water elevator, which actually pretty much breaks the deluxe mob grinder, because once this creeper goes here, but what happens is, you'll see, watch, he goes in and he goes through. So now we found a way, or he has found a way, I guess that said, to make this. So if you were to go and put a skelly here, what would happen is this skelly is gonna go, but he will not go through that point. What'll happen is he will go up. So long story short, you can no longer, the deluxe grinder, any sort of water elevator that involves water sign, water sign, water sign, will no longer take creepers. They don't fit anymore. But that said, you are put in a situation where it's now very easy to separate creepers and skeletons. So that's pretty good. So it does take a little bit. I think, you know, it's not as perfected, but slowly but surely they'll stack up and push this guy through. You know what I mean? So they go through, this guy goes, skeletons go up, and it will work out eventually. So that said, this is the new way. So now if you have a deluxe grinder and you want your deluxe grinder to work properly, because what happens is, if this creeper only can go up this elevator, it's just going to stay there forever. And when it stays there forever, it then blocks every other mob out of it. So basically, in a box-shaped mob grinder, what he showed me here was kind of a Illuminati grinder style, where you just put the 4 triangles. Ultimately, what he showed here was, if you wanted to make a grinder of sorts, then what you would end up doing is make a mob grinder Illuminati style, which is just basically the 4 triangles with the water bucket that goes like this and pushes them off. Make sure they're separated this far, and then what you would do is put that there. So now what happens is, your mob grinder now will not allow spiders through, because spiders will hit this and die. So now basically you've taken a mob grinder. The only mobs left are zombies, skeletons, and creepers, because the spiders are going to die. But if you were to put a trapdoor on the ceiling right here, basically your mob grinder will now no longer have zombies in it. So basically now this mob grinder will be down to creepers and skeletons. And then once you make your mob grinder down to just creepers and skeletons, guess what? You throw this type of end on it, right? And now you're separating creepers and skeletons. So in essence, you could hook this up to make just a creeper farm. Basically just a creeper farm. So what in that picture, what he has in his charged creeper farm is, he has to have a grinder like this, but he has to have it outside of the loaded chunks. Again, don't quote me on exactly, but basically he has one of these very far away, like 200 blocks or something away. And again, I think that's the case, but many blocks away, constantly taking creepers on mine carts to the farm, because I'm pretty sure your limit in one chunk is going to be 25 of each mob. That said, he wouldn't even be able to fill the charged creeper farm, because 25 of them would be only there. And if you would go back to his picture, 25 isn't going to really give you much creeper farm, you know what I mean? So that said, he also uses this, he says, to make a record farm. Basically separates these guys, drops them next to each other, they shoot arrows, and you get records. So I thought it was super cool. Shoutouts to Will Kreplin. I actually skipped something. So if you want to fix your deluxe mob grinder elevator, this is the new way to do it, guys. So basically you're going to make it 4 wide like this, and you're going to separate it. But what you have to do now is make sure you just put your source block on the outside. See these source blocks? So basically all your source blocks now are pushing to the middle. So if you were to put a creeper in there, see, it would push them towards the middle and you would be fine, right? So basically that's all. It started me asking him how to do that. So long story short, that's how you have to do your new elevators, guys. 2 wide on each side with the water moving towards the center, and if you do that, it will always keep the creeper dead center and allow you the elevator. So yep, thanks to Will Kreplin for all of this. Everything I just talked about was all the different stuff he explained to me that day, so I'm super thankful for that. And you may see some of these things, you know, I was gonna do a creep, I don't know, you're gonna see some of these features come into play in a few of my tutorials someday soon. But again, here you could also save the skeleton drops, right? Because when they die, goes in there, you get all the arrows. But okay, let's go back. We'll get in there, it won't be that long. Why is PSN taking forever today? Yeah, there you go. Will's jumping in on the that much storage is overkill. Yeah, a little laggy. See, look at that. I love it. Will Kreplin knows, he probably sees that I'm doing he's probably seeing that I'm doing the Let's Play, and he knows I'm gonna say that because he knows a lot more about lag. That's one thing for sure. I mean, he has a server on console, so he really understands it a lot more. He says things that I don't even understand. Like, there's ways to make Hopper have less lag. I'm not even gonna get into it because it would be a waste of time for me telling you. But as you can see on this here, 25 of those squares, right? You know, it would only be 2 rows. So you definitely need to manipulate your mob caps. The other thing that people do, I guess, is possible is if you wanted to, I'm not going to go back to the other world, but if you wanted to make a farm, you can make a normal mob grinder. And what would you do is take 25 of each of the mob that you don't want in the farm. You would dig a hole in the ground, you would name tag them, and then you would bury them. So if there was 25 zombies and 25 skeletons and 25 spiders in the ground, the farm will only produce creepers. So that's another way to do it as well. So let's keep going. We already went here. Okay, entrance queue. Yeah, this is the charged creeper entrance queue. These are holding cells, skeleton, zombie, creepers. Each cell holds 5. It's pretty tricky stuff, man, when you get into this. I'm not saying that I won't do it. It's just, I don't know. It's a really big build. I mean, it's something that'll take a little bit of planning. Plus, I mean, after looking on YouTube, there's basically, like I said, almost no charged creeper farms. When you Google it, well, when you YouTube search it, there's about 4. Two of them are actual ones. I think only 1 or 2 actually show you how to do it. The rest of them is just people. There's a really good one, but what they do is they just show you theirs, and they don't really get into the like exact redstone of it. Let's keep going. Let's check Theseus. Let's keep going. Yep, looking good. Getting some building on. Let's keep going. We got the gold farm. There we go. We got the breeder going. So this right here is his design. Let's check out his design of an automatic wheat farm. Basically the same thing. I mean, I don't really think you can even look. I think villagers throw stuff to each other through minecart. You know, that's again something so simple. But his is just basically got less wheat because it kind of minimizes the size. However, those doors there lead me to believe that this is some sort of villager breeder as well. I don't know for sure, but I think it would be, because those doors, if it was just a wheat farm, there wouldn't be doors there like that. So I think it's a villager breeder as well. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Here we are, gonna start a quad iron farm with a witch farm. So I'm not sure if I guarantee you already Will said this to this guy, but I don't think you should mix them both, because they will eat each other's mob cap, which means your witch farm won't work very good, or either one is going to be affected. You most likely want to build them separate. Let's go see if Will said this somewhere. It will lower your rates. There you go. Good job, Will. I knew he said that. Ooh, this looks pretty cool. A working clock. That's a pretty interesting concept right there. it's on the left there. Basically, it lights up so you can see the different time. Who is this? Let's go see. If this person, usually people that post here are gonna watch the video. So Ravemore, if you have a link to a video that shows you how to make that working clock, I would love for you to link it. It's gonna get blocked if you put it in this video right now, but I'll get it in my spam filter, and I will check it out, because I think that's a super cool idea. I think maybe if there was played with the texture a little bit more, it would be even better. Let's keep going. We're almost done. I think we're over 20 minutes already. Just some pistons to push the pigment into a 1x1 hole, and they get crushed. So I feel like, I know I said I'm going to make a blaze farm. I really am. I've already started messing with it, and I've designed a few different concepts. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's go. Modified rail duplicator. I like this. Baby Traz, I think you're about, oh, I was just about to say you're gonna get thumbnail, homie, but it's too thin and it's a little blurry, but I like the way that looks, man. I feel like I've seen something like this before, but I think it looks super cool. It's a very good looking farm for sure. The hardest fun maze. Oh, so this, I think Stephen Martell is a member of the Nyctophobia server, and this is the same one. Again, this is not necessarily Will Kreplin's farm. It's on the server, so I'm sure that they all have had a place in it, where I can imagine Stephen Martell is a member of Nyctophobia. Yeah, these guys, they playing with their creeper farms, their charged creeper farms. Again, it is not very simple. If you want to automate the process, it does take a little bit of work, as you can see right here. I'm betting that these are some form of the cells that will pick up the creepers and take them elsewhere. Yeah, let's keep going. We never did find a thumbnail. I'll find a thumbnail on my own, unless something miraculous comes up. Wow, this reminds me of like my first Minecraft world ever. I had this weird, man, that trips me out. It's like deja vu. Yeah, you know, I like this. This guy took the right shot. He took out the hotbar. He did everything. It looks good. I like it. I like it. Maybe it's thumbnail. Don't quote me on it. If I don't find something soon, we're going to pop that into the thumbnail category. Ideal. I like it. Could make thumbnail. It's a little bit dark. I would say that while pictures like this look really nice, any image that's taken almost... I think if you look, almost never do I make a thumbnail. Here's the 8 one. Let's check this guy's 8 farm. It's a little overkill, and I don't know about the, I don't know about the limits of this, because, oh man, I love the entrepreneurial understanding. So, but that said, I would say that there are factors that come into play with this being not perfectly the right decision. I would love Will to weigh in on this one, which I'm sure he already has. So basically, technically, you're only going to be allowed to have under 50 villagers, and you need 10 villagers to make an iron golem, which means that for this one you're going to need 80 villagers, which is doable. I know there's ways to do it by curing zombie villagers and or bringing villagers from other chunks of the map to it, but I wonder how it affects the efficiency. I think what I'm gonna go read the comments, because guaranteed Will chimed in on that one. It does look super awesome though. So Robbie Radio, you get some props. If I find a good picture of it, I'll make it for the thumbnail, but yeah, that one's a little light color, but you know what, I think we're gonna go now. I'll find a thumbnail on my own, and we'll find something here, unless while I'm chitter chattering we can scoop one up. But thanks everybody for posting your pictures, guys. It's super awesome when you do that. And yeah, I think stay tuned for some more really cool things popping off. What is this? Oh, trash bin. Oh my gosh, I was like, I don't make trash bin videos anymore. People hate trash bins. They're always the least popular videos. No matter how cool it is, it doesn't matter. They're like, why do I want a trash bin? I'm just gonna put a bucket of lava in a hole in the ground. So, oh, we got some thumbnail. There you go. Southpaw gets it. Oh wait, last choice right here. CE Diddy, you would have got the thumbnail, but it's night. That's the reason why you didn't, because it's too dark. And it's not that it's too dark, but what happens is my thumbnails have like a kind of border of black around it, which even makes it darker, although this is super cool. Let's go over here. This guy's getting thumbnail for sure. I don't know what it is, but it looks super cool. It's a Skywars map. This is going to be thumbnail. Southpaw wins the thumbnail. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to smash the like before you go, and tune in tomorrow for another video. And stay tuned. Faction server gameplay is about to pop off. Catch you on the next one.